Hi there, Laura from 5 out of 4 Patterns here, and we are working on day 4 of the Sherry Toppin dress sew along. Now, we almost have something like totally working. It's pretty awesome. I love it more than I can possibly imagine. I'm so excited. So it's time to work on our sleeves and work on our neckband. Welcome to day 4 again. I've already welcomed you once. Let me welcome you again. Hello. Let's do day 4. I'm very excited about this top. My daughter is going to love it. Day 4 is all about sleeves and neckband. So I'm going to put this to the side and we're going to do a couple of things real fast here. I've got my neckband. Grab my sleeves. All right, I've got 2 sleeves. Now, if you are doing, if you are not doing the sleeves, I should say, you will be doing the sleeveless facing. I'm not doing that today, so the instructions are in the tutorial, so just follow it. It's not hard. If you have any questions, make sure that you do let us know. So we are going to open up our sleeves. We're going to fold them right side together. Same with the other side. If you need to, pin or clip here. So now I'm going to run over to my sewing machine using a stretch stitch or zigzag or my serger, and I'm going to stitch along here, obviously using a 3/8 inch seam allowance, and I shall return. All right, here we are. I've got my sleeves ready to go. All I need to do is turn them right side out. And while I'm turning them, I'm going to clip them, pin them. So at the seam. And here you could also quarter them if you want, whatever is easiest for you based on your skill level. If you're new to sewing, you might want to quarter them, which just means you're going to open it back up. Oopsies. And you're going to match here, and you're going to clip here, and you're going to clip here. It just makes it easier to get it all together, especially when you're new. All right, let's do the other one. Okay, it's time to attach our sleeves. So we're going to take our top and we're going to turn it wrong side out, which means it's right sides together. Now we're going to place each sleeve inside. Our sleeve is right side out, our bodice is wrong side out, and we're going to place our sleeve inside the armholes here. All right, so we're going to just shove it in there. So that means that the fabrics will now be right sides together. All right, and so we're going to match up the side seam with the seam of that we just sewed of the sleeve. And then we'll do the top at the shoulder seam. Okay. And then if you need to add more, add more. Now you can quarter your sleeve hole, armhole, whatever you want to call it, as well. If you're new, you're going to quarter both the sleeve and the armhole, and then you're going to match up those quarter points. Now there are illustrations in the tutorial, because I know that this can sometimes be hard to see. Whoopsie, something's not right here. See, and even I make mistakes. There we go. Ooh, I was about to mess the whole thing up. Now I'm going to head to my serger, or you can go to your sewing machine using a stretch stitch or zigzag, and we are going to stitch all the way around our armholes here, and I'll be back. Let's turn this right side out and inspect it and make sure everything is as it should be. And what I forgot to do was do some pressing. I really do encourage you to press as often as you can, as often as you remember. Sometimes I forget, I get excited about the next step and forget to press. And that means pressing everything, every single seam. It's just gonna make it all lay more nicely. So if you can remember to press, do it. Get that press going. Maybe I should plug in my iron. Let's set that to the side because now we're going to work on the neckband. Here is our neckband piece. We are going to fold it right side together, and we're going to head over to our machine, and we're either going to use a serger or we're going to use our regular machine, a stretch stitch or a zigzag, and we are going to stitch this raw edge together so we make like a tube. Okay, here we are. We've got our tube. Voila. Now we're going to fold our tube beginning here at the seam, right or wrong sides together like this. So the right sides are showing on both sides. So wrong side together. And then we're going to fold the whole thing all the way around. Don't twist it though. Here. Now I'm going to give it, before I quarter it anymore, I'm going to give it a little press. All right, now let's quarter it. Quartering means that we have these 2 points. Our center front, center back, and then we're going to do the sides. So we match our center front and center back, and we get the center of the side on both sides. Okay, set that to the side. Let's grab our top. And we are going to get the center back. So in order to get the center back, hopefully you can see this. We've got our shoulder seams right here. We're going to match up those shoulder seams and those raw edges, and you've got, if you go fold it all the way there, back there, you've got the center back. Does that make sense? All right, same with the front. You're going to match those shoulder seams, same ones again, and then that's how you find the center of the front. All right. Now that we found the center, we want to find the center of the side quarters. We want to quarter the sides. Don't assume that the shoulder seams are those quarter points, because 9 times out of 10, they are not. And the way you do that is you match up your center front and your center back. And see, it's not. The quarter point is here. Here's the shoulder seam. Hopefully you can see that. Here's the shoulder seam, but that's the quarter point. So we know that the shoulder seams are not quarter points. We can see we've got our quarter points for our neckline. We've got our quarter points for our neckband. Now take the part of the neckband that has the seam, all right? That's going to be the back. So we're going to match right sides together, the back here, all right, just like this. Now we want to match the front. Now make sure you're not twisting your band piece. So you're going to do the opposite, which is the center front. And then you're going to match the quarter points on the side. Just make sure that you're not twisting things. Before you head to your sewing machine, take a good look at it so you know things aren't twisted. I have twisted neckbands before, and it gets so confusing at the sewing machine. Like you can't figure out what the heck you did wrong, but you clearly did something wrong. Okay. All right. So we've got everything attached here, and we are ready to go to our sewing machine using a zigzag or stretch stitch or our serger, which is what I'm using, and we're going to stitch all the way around. And when you can see that you're going to have to stretch the neckband a little bit to neatly meet the neckline. That's okay. Don't like stretch a ton. You want to only stretch it just enough so they meet nicely. All right, I hope that makes sense. But I'm gonna head over to the machine now and we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm sorry to say I forgot to turn my camera on when I stitched my neckband on, but you know, sorry. If you have any questions, we have some sewing school videos that will help you with that. But either way, however it goes, however you do it, we always press when we're done. Okay. Now that I'm pressed, I'm going to head over to my sewing machine. I'm going to use my cover stitch. You can use a stretch stitch or a twin needle. Sometimes you can even get away with a really long straight stitch. I find that those kind of pop when they get stretched, but some people have success with them. But we're going to top stitch around this neckline. Okay, our top stitch is done. Let's give it another press. All right, we are now finished with day 4 and we are ready to move on to day 5.